Welcome everybody to a finally. We actually got some movement here. I mean, Jesus, what did that take? Right? Right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How crazy. Yeah, what a insane day we had today. I tell you what, finally got a little bit of movement. Finally had something. Now, listen, I know everybody's excited, and I know we finally got some movement, and I get it, right? I get it. We finally had some movement, right? But listen, this is nothing, right? This is kind of a big nothing burger. I hate to say it until we actually get till we actually get some real breaks here, right? And I mean, here's kind of my chart. I'm just gonna scoot this back over here, right? I'm gonna scoot this back, and I'm just gonna keep winding this up like this. Right now, the high side is getting easier for the bulls, right? On the top side there, right? So the top side's getting a little bit easier for the bulls to break out of over here on this USD chart, where now the bearish side is still looking down here and low. And I posted this up today. I said, listen, everybody, until we really break out of these levels, I personally, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on anything that's going on right now. So I mean, I personally am just watching and waiting for this level to break down here, right? I really want to see the 6100 to 6150 range. This is what I want to see tested and broken, right? And until this breaks down here, or is at least tested, I'm just going to have to say, this is just kind of the same old, right? And look at how long we've had this here. You got these three dead cat bounces, and this is just, bounce, bounce, bounce. I mean, there's just kind of keeps playing out, and I really want to see. I want to see this get popped over here. Hold on a second. Let me make sure, and just in case the Chone calls in, I will have him on the line. So like I said, I want to see this bottom trend line get broken, right? This bottom trend line, you pull this back on the weekly, and this thing can go all the way back here on the weekly. With that being said, I mean, until this gets broken, I'm just kind of, we're in the same kind of, still just same old, right? No, haven't really set a higher high, haven't really set a higher low. Just kind of been just chugging along in here. Now, I mean, this did set a, with this wick, this yeah, just a little shy right there of breaking that higher high right there. But here we are. We're sitting in the same zone until we break this. I feel we're just coming to a moment of, we're coming into an area of confluence, though. It's still, I'm still looking for this thing to pop out. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. The daily candle really, there's nothing the daily candle can really tell us at this point. It's a bearish candle. Listen, you've had numerous, I should say, bearish candles here. I mean, we go way back. How many days? Hanging man, spinning top. Doji candle. I mean, hanging man. Shooting star. Hanging man. I mean, golly, how many days? How abysmal has the trading been, and how abysmal has the volume been? I mean, we really have put up some super nasty volume bars over here, right? These volume bars are just absolutely atrocious. Year-long lows, right? Like yearly lows for these volume bars that we put in back to back. Finally got a nice little push out of it. All right, let's go over and we're going to take a look. The 2-day just started a brand new candle, looks like, and the 3-day still working. You go into this. This is kind of that wood chipper I had posted up, that tiller, right? The ground, the roto tiller. I mean, this is just what this is. It's just a big blade. It's just chopping everybody up to pieces. And then, you know, we saw that weekly. We put in that weekly candle, which, guys, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I warned people on this weekly candle that this is bearish. This is a bearish weekly candle. We talked about the setup for that. Okay, so this was a bearish weekly candle, but this has just got to break to the downside here in order for this to do anything for me. Before I get excited, like I said, I want to break out of the, just break me out of this, just break me out of this big triangle right here, this big wedge, and then we can talk, right? And then we can have some really good. I'll slide that up. Let's see if I can lock that in there. So that's all I really got for, you know, for the weekly look, you know, for the candles, for the candlestick party. You know, the weekly just gave us a nice bearish setup. We did a whole week of just absolutely sideways movements, and then we just kind of fell out, right? And we've done that previously with the same sort of candle, and we, you know, we warned everybody about that. We said, hey, look at this candle over here, very similar, right? And then it just fell out. We posted up the very similar candle. We're starting to fall out now. Until we break this candle, you don't really get into a really good short trade until you break that wedge. So when you break this wedge, this is good. When you break this lower line of this is going to tell me this is my time to really get in here and go some crazy shorts for myself, right? You know, but you know, that's really, you know, that's all I got. I mean, a lot of people did kind of go off and were trading, you know, other things, right? I was off trading alts. A lot of people went off and traded forex. But we're gonna let's just do a high side here. So I'm gonna scoot this down right there, 6603, and on the low side we're gonna bring this baby up, right? 60 70 60 70. So bulls need to break pretty easy. 66, let's just call it 10, and yeah, the bears will just leave. We'll just leave this at 6100 to, ooh, that's pretty low right there. 60 75. I'm just going to call 6100. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. 6100 to 6150. Yep. So we're just kind of putting along, right? That being said, we can go over it. It's the same thing. So that's USDT. Remember, bring that all the way down. Let's bring that over the daily. I can get rid of this ABCDE that we had played out. So let me snap a picture of this before somebody trolls me and says I didn't have this bearish wedge drawn out. And oh, Vamp, you're horrible. Right, let me get this. Let me drop this. Where's the Vamp area? Vamp, hold. All right, so just to let everybody know, of course, we don't give financial advice here. Do your own research. We're just here to show you guys exactly what we're doing. So we're going to get rid of this because that looked like a big, to me, that looked like an ABCDE pattern. Played out perfect. Very nice. Fell out there. I'm going to get rid of this, right? Now, look at this. This perfect right there. Look at how perfect that played out. Landed right on this this wedge line from the top, right? So I had this from the candlestick to the candlestick to the candlestick. Look at that, ripped right through there, and bam, landed right on top of it. You gotta love how trend lines worked. Look at the pink. All right, landed perfectly on that. Absolutely perfectly on that. Well placed. Thank you very much. We're going to run over here. We're just going to take a look real quick at, I'm going to get rid of this. All played out perfect. Right, so there's our, and this was the old. played out. Right, all right. So I can get rid of this. And listen, I have the same exact thing. Now, we've gone through that first trend line right there, right? So we did go through that first trend line. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this trend line. Okay, I'm going to grab this trend line. I'm just going to kind of spin him down a little bit. All right, like that, because I do have two separate trend lines right here. Okay, so, and then take a look at that, right? There you go. There's that, man, I just, God, these trend lines, real close, right? Within the margin of error, I would say, for that trend line bounce right there. Within the margin of error is what I would call that, baby. Okay, so I did have this counted out just like that. All worked out perfect. And now we're going to have to adjust our breakout range. This is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm still going to be looking for this to break out to the bullish and or bearish. Now you got two separate ranges here, right? We all know the volume's been sucking. But I'm still looking for this to get broken on this side. And it's the same thing. It's the same, this is the same trend line down here, even though USD DT exchanges, right? So we're going to go 60. I should lower the 60.50 to 61.50. Bear target for vamp. So this is what I'm looking. This has to break for me to get really bearish, right? I want to see this come down here. I want to see this break. If this doesn't break and we get a nice bounce off of this, then I'll be questioned. Now look at, we came down, hit that trend line, and we're starting to bounce on it. Now I showed you guys on the USDT charts on mine. That I showed you on my USDT charts that we'll get into a little bit further, that we have a, I'm gonna scoot that down, that we'd actually on USDT we'd hit a TD9, right? 66.30. And this is what I'm looking for a topside break, right? There's my topside break for USDT, right? So, all right, so there we go. There's the downside. Sorry, guys. Okay, and Tether's not doing a lot for us right now, right? So I'm still looking for this break here. Now I am going to add a second break line that I'm looking for. I want to see, but for me to get, like same thing, you got to get down here and break this. You don't break this, no picnic, no party, no birthday, no Christmas, no nothing. Okay, this is the Bears' goal. The Bears want to make this a bear party. They got to get down there and break that. Okay. USD, what does it got to go over here? Bitstamp, same thing. Yep, same thing, and nothing changed over there. Tether, right? Let's look over here at our Tether chart. Listen, look at all these pumps and dumps of Tether. People are dumping big bags of Tether. We've gone over this. We're going to take a look at this in our CMF chart. Now, if you break this down into the 6 hour, right? This is what I want to warn you guys about, the 6 hour. This is a bearish rising wedge to me. So the way this looks to me is it looks like it's posting up a bearish rising wedge, right? The 6 hour. Right, so that's what this looks like to me. This looks exactly like it's posting up a nice fat bearish wedge right there, especially on the 6 hour. You got 3 hours for that to play out. Both of these, I mean, these look like a bearish wedge. Now, I did call these to bounce. I did expect these to bounce. It was pretty easy. Let's look at our CMF charts. So we went over this yesterday. You guys want to know all about these CMF charts? This is what I went over yesterday. I'm looking for the zero line to get broken right here. Right, so that's what I'm looking for. I want to see the zero line get tested. Listen, there's the now this is on a different time frame over here on Binance, but this is on the 278 on the inputs. So if you go over here, you go to your inputs, 278 on the high side. You can use 20 or 30 on the low side. So I got basically a lower time frame, higher time frame. I'm looking. So the bears have broken this historical low right here. So the bears have clearly broken the historical low on this chart, on the daily chart, and they're looking to test this zero line. Now, you don't really break uber bearish until you do break this zero line, but look at how close the Phoenix chart is. So Phoenix is a little bit closer than you have down here with the Coinbase. Okay, so I'm watching this very carefully. Nothing's changed. Now, this is where it kind of gets me. I mean, I'm you know, there's your trend line. So I've been looking for a J hook, and you kind of got the shape of a J hook, but very, very bearish J hook. Like, it never broke the indicator line. So we never broke our indicator line here like I was expecting. I was definitely expecting a J hook pattern of this to cross, and it fell out, right? I mean, we completely fell out here. You know, this does have a long way. So I do, you know, this is my bubble chart. So I do have lots of bounce targets down here where we could look up for a bounce or for support. But, you know, this is what I'm looking for. I was looking for this to do a J hook. Just didn't, just completely fell out. Much more bearish. Your MACD has a long way to go. Okay, has a long way to go. There's no if, ands, or buts. So we had yesterday, we were going over this. We were telling everybody, I was just like, hey guys, watch out. We had hit this short trade area on your bubble charts, and everybody should have their bubble charts set up and locked in. And everybody knows this is my main chart, especially members. They were commenting on it on my Twitter, and I said, hey, this is a long and short trade line set up with your bubble chart set up. It breaks this, and this is where you short. And then sure enough, just this bottom fell out on that. Now, this is looking for a bounce, and this is pretty interesting. So one thing you got to do, have to take a look at. Look, we have not broken this lower indicator line that I like to see broken. So historically, I like to go back and I like to see this area broken down here to give me a good, hey, this is it. I'm going to bounce, right? We didn't break here. We didn't break here. We haven't broken here. So we haven't broken this in a long time, a really long time. Look, even back here in the bullish market, right, we still broke it. Even, you know, still, I mean, this was very, very bullish, and we still broke through right here, you know, and then still broke through after this big, giant, massive bullish run, right? Nothing about this is bullish to me. There's definitely no upward momentum here. As we just watched our money flow, and money's just pouring out of the marketplace. Go down to your daily, guys. Go to your 3-day. Watch the money pour out of the market. That's what this is. Then you come over here and you look at your RSI, your RSI, and it's just this is very. It just hasn't bottomed out for me, and I want to see this break this lower line, because every time this is called the bounces for us. I like to use my RSI, excuse me, to call my bounces here, and I'm just not getting it. Another reason why I've had a very hard time with a lot of people calling that the bottom is in, right? I would expect that if the bottom would have been in, you know, over here where we thought baby bull Jesus was possibly born, right, at our lower low, this 5,700 range, that we would have seen substantially more bullish momentum, especially on the money flow, right? I mean, you got to look at this and you say, oh my God, this is bullish, new lower lows and higher lows, right? Higher lows and lower highs, but then I go over here and just this tells me the opposite tail, especially on this larger time frame. This just tells me money's been pouring out of the market, headed in the wrong direction. For that argument to really stand the test, right? That just it doesn't make any sense, and that's why I would like to see. I mean, this just tells me there's a lack of pressure, both bullish and bearish, but especially bullish, right? This looks more bullish, but there's just no buying pressure here. And in fact, I think if we wouldn't have had this tether FUD crash candle right here that pumped up, then I think we would already be down to a new lower low at this point. I think there's nothing, honestly, I think this tether FUD pump right here, you chop this candle out is what should really happen. This candle shouldn't even exist. And this whole leg, this arm that's attached right here should literally just be slid straight down and attached right here. And then we should be at a new lower low. We should have broken these lower lows already. This is just the way I look at it. You can look at it your own way, but I would have taken this right here and I would have just all this. I would have finally come down here and found some nice bottom area, and then we could start to be having a talk already about looking for that more bullish bounce instead of now I'm back to square one. I'm looking for nothing right now. I'm definitely not looking for a bullish and or bearish bounce. The other chart over here, and the other chart just tells us, hey, listen, we got this is the bearish, this is the bulls, this is the game we're playing. We're trapped in here, okay? Now, for like the umpteenth damn time, right? We've for everybody who watches the show over and over and over, I mean, this chart is just absolutely just at one of the most perfect charts ever, right? Just called this out like every single time. Rejection, right? We've gone a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then this came all the way up here and touched. Then this broke down. That was 7. This probably was 8. But every single time, this historical trend line that we've had up here has pretty much held the test of time all the way. And I would like to see this baby get broken, right? We can start to adjust this thing now. We can start to adjust this lower trend line here and see if we can get some sort of... It's going to be real tough to get any kind of, maybe that's it right there. Something like this. Right? Something kind of like that, right? Like that. I mean, that looks pretty good, right? Ding, dang, dang, dang. That looks really good. I like that. Now, remember, we are on the low side here. Okay? We're on the low side. And I still think we can go just a little bit lower. I mean, I'd like to go just a little bit lower here before we started having the talk about... but then I'm looking for a bounce, and we'll go over that with the ADX chart. So, listen, every time there's your, now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this, we're just going to stretch it out. Okay, so we're just going to stretch this baby out. We're going to adjust it right into there. Lock it in place. We're going to lock this one in place. And we see we've now created an apex to this wedge here, right? Bouncing up in here. There's nothing that can't just stop this from just still bouncing up in here. Now, a break of this to the south side would give me a really good bearish indicator, but it would also give me the call that there would be a bounce coming soon. All right, then if you look, there it is. There's all of your, see, this is it. You just bring this down here. This is top, 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 top. It's called every single one of these all the way down, right? Every single one of these tops, this one historical trend line, just too easy. Our ADX chart, so we're going to take a look at two different styles of the ADX chart. We're going to take two different time frames here on this chart. The 12-hour, listen, I was telling everybody, this is how I see this playing out on the larger size wedge right here, okay? So you take a look, there's bra. There's my big wedge, A, B, C, and then I have this coming down, doing something like an A, B, and then a C in here. to look to test the bottom of this trend line, and we just went over that. There's our targets, right? So our targets for our D wave. So still looking for that D wave target, right? I just don't know where the bottom of A is. I mean, are we putting in A, and then we're going to be looking for B? Right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this right now. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe something more along like this, right? Come up, test the 128 again, and then just drop back down. I don't know. We're going to have to play this baby out. Now, here's the thing I am looking at. This always is giving us a great indicator. When these two lines touch, the bear and the bull line on the ADX chart, you get a dump. It was just, I mean, it's too easy. Too easy. Trading's just too damn easy now, right? But now this is the daily. So these blue arrows are my daily arrows. So we're going to run over to the daily arrows. So I want to see this bounce off. Now this is where I'm kind of a little bit like, all right, so take a look at this. So this came down here, turned around, and then you kind of got this kind of little miff right here, right? Where you got this little bounce. I mean, listen, for this blue indicator to go over this indicator, to break this is going to be a real doozy. I mean, I just think it's going to be a real doozy, and I'm thinking that we just might end up with something like this, right? We might end up something like this. Now, my issue is I like to, for the more bearish breaks, I like the backside indicator. That means the most recent side top. You get these double tops. I like this to be a higher. Now, if this was going to be higher, I mean, this thing has got to just really take off. I mean, this thing has got to really run for the stars to get that second top in here, right? So I want to see that. I need to see another bounce here, but it's like something. See, look, this is more bullish. If the high side indicator bounces first, and then you get the second indicator when you bounce off the histo line, it is more bullish, right? You get a more bullish reaction. See, look, low side first bounce, high side second bounce, but the continuation pattern was bullish. High side, right? High side, low side, high side, low side, low side, high side, right? Low side, high side. This is bearish. Low side, high side, bearish. Low side, high side, bearish. Low side, high side, bearish, right? High side, low side, bullish. High side, low side, bullish. Okay, so I'm looking for, I mean, I hate to say it, but this pattern that's playing out is possibly going to end up being a bullish one. Unless we get some crazy FOMO wick run and then it pops this baby up, this could possibly be a bullish. Now that's good because this would kind of fall in line with what one of my thunks is, right? And one of my thunks is that this goes down, right? We get down into this area, and then we can make a call to which way we're gonna go, right? I mean, I want to. This is what I want. I'm looking for this 53 to 5,500 come down here, and then let's party, right? Then let's rock and roll. You know, then we can go bullish on it, right? And that would make sense. Come down, get a little bounce up, right? Come down, get a little bounce up for that B of that ABC. Come down, test, get a bounce off for the E wave, right? And then fall through, right? So you come down, bounce off, right? For that B wave, that would give us the B wave, right? Then fall down, bounce up again to test that you know, come down, bounce up again, and then come down on the daily right here and find our bottom, right? So that would happen something just like this. So I'm going to actually go like this, clone, because this would show my bounce off my my trend line, and then this would show my bounce to the bottom, and then we would start our bullish, right? Oh, then we would start our, right? So we come down here, test that. Then we would start our greenish, our green bounce, right? Because I feel we'll get a very strong reaction down here at 5,300, a strong reaction, 53, 55, 50. People will just be like, that's it. We found the bottom. People FOMO back into this, and that's when I feel we'll get this. We'll be able to put in this legitimate, you know, down here target bottom that we've seen touched every single time, going all the way back into history. Super easy to do. Taking a look at our, this is our WMA, our true strength indicator, playing out pretty well. Right now here I had this baby. I mean, let's go up here. Right, I was looking for a bounce. I was expecting this to get a little bit higher up here on this bounce. I expected to come down and then bounce up. Now we did. This didn't just didn't bounce up as high. It was just didn't have the chutzpah, right? This didn't have it, right? So I expect this to come down, bounce off. Now we did. We kind of came down, bounced off, came down, bounced off, and then finally fell out. Now landed absolutely money on the Vamp's target, right? I mean, I have to say that was pretty damn nice in this weighted moving average chart, right? The WMA TSI is money. I mean, this chart is definitely all the money right here. But I'm still looking. I'm going to slide this over. You know, looking at this chart, this baby still has, this thing can just keep going. This is a doozy. There's lots of room to go here, right? To come down and test this lower support line right here. And I mean, there's a lot of room to go here. These indicators are really spread out. I still am looking for a bounce here, but I'm still looking for that to continue on, right? So you've got both of them. There's your propeller style candles. We pointed this out to everybody. So there's that propeller style candle we got in there. We showed you the bullish and bearish versions of it. And then just, you know, that was it. So we still haven't broken the bear side. Look, at the bulls have held this up every single time. We need to break this. The bears need to break this, right? If they want to do it, they've held this support line over and over and over and over again, right? So the WMA TSI target to break. And you know what's really funny about this target to break right here is how close this probably is to 6100, 6150, right? I bet that's pretty close to 6150. So we're going to call that 33 equals 33. Right? And I bet this is, I bet if we just had a little, just one more little baby crash right there, I bet we'd come down and we'd find this this trend line. Ooh. Log? Yeah, I'm on log. Oh, there it is. All right, sorry. I gotta, like, where the hell's that lower trend line at? All right, there it is. Boy, Phoenix is just a mess. Huh. Oh, sorry. There it is right there. There's my lower trend line. Yeah. No. That's too close there. That's definitely too close. I mean, if you snap this, this is more like hitting the bottom down here. I mean, this comes down here, bounces off the bottom down here. This will definitely be what I would look for an E wave. Remember we talked about that E wave? That E wave back here, right? There's that E wave right there, right? The E wave bouncing off that lower trend line. Same thing. This would be my E wave. Okay. All right, and... All right, hold on a second. So, you know, okay, so we finally had movement. Here's our historical volatility chart. This is on our daily. It finally moved. I mean, this is really my come the F on chart right here, right? So HV finally moved. It has not made a decisive move, though. There's nothing been decisive about this. Now, I told you last couple videos when we've gone over this, right? We've showed you this green line, right? This green line over here. When I look at these, they tell me if you hook below this trend line, it's very bullish, right? To me, I look at this and this is a no-brainer. You hook down, you hook under, there's the hook under, and you got this nice bullish little, you know, pop up out of here. But no, we bounced very bearish off of this. So look, bounced off the top of it, bearish, bounced off the top of it, bearish, bounced off the top of it, bearish, so on and so forth. And you can just kind of play that game going all the way back out here, right? This is right here, bounced, checked it, right? Checked it right there, bounced off, and then broke. This is bearish when it bounced off it. Okay, so you know this is all this is. It just confirms what I kind of had expected. I was just waiting for this to pick a damn team. Now with this, you know, there's same thing. This is what I'm looking for. Same pattern. I'm looking for this to fall out. It's been drawn on there forever. I haven't had any up arrows. I haven't had any arrows that go up or nothing like that. So you guys know this. Now this is my weekly and monthly. We went over this a long time ago. I've told you guys this is why I'm also, this is another great indicator you guys should have. You should get the ADX, guys. This is super important. There's my settings: 14, 14, 20, 40. All right, look at the monthly, look at the weekly. Right, this has been called, this baby is called the bottom perfectly in history. This thing has done a great job calling the absolute bottom in history, called when baby Jesus came way back in the day. Okay, called exactly when baby Jesus came. So we can look at this chart and we know exactly how, you know, this all play out. Now, look at this volume candle. Look at our volume candle. This is our monthly chart. It's on Bitstamp. There's our volume candle. Right, we're putting in a volume candle that hasn't been seen since right there. You know, you're talking 2016. So since that's kind of convenient. Look, October 2016 was a dog. When was the previous October? Oh, there it was. Oh, it was a monster. It was a monster. See if I can find the previous, the October before that was a bear. So we went bear October, bull October, blah October, right? Bull October, bearish October, okay? All right, and I've said that this looks like a rising wedge, and I was expecting this to fall out of that rising wedge pattern, and that's what we're trying to do right now, okay? So nothing's changed, you know. Now, going into November, December, right here, if you guys go back and watch my videos, right, go back into November, December, you guys can see that, you know, what I'm looking for here is this the bearish end right here, and we're going to get this last little bullish push, or is this going to give us the bearish capitulation candle we've been looking for to give us this bearish bottom, right? That's the thing. I'm looking for a bearish capitulation candle. I've been telling everybody that for a long time. That's what I want to see. Show me a bearish capitulation candle, and then I will. And I think this is, let me change this to weekly. Oh, there you go. So this one should be on weekly. This one should be on monthly. There we go. I need to adjust these because look, this got my weekly perfect target on there. So there's the weekly right there. Sorry guys, this is backwards. There's the weekly when baby bull Jesus was born, right there. That's it. This is the capitulation with the capitulation candle, right? And that's when baby Jesus was born. That's why I have a hard time. People say this was the bottom over here. There's just no capitulation. The ADX is pretty damn high right here. I mean, we're really high on the weekly. We're nowhere near where we're close. We're close. But, I mean, I'd like to be just a little bit lower just to get that confirmed bottom in, okay? We went over there and that in a different chart. Moving on. Longs to shorts. Finally got that dip. The white line is BTC. Listen, I've said this over and over and over again. Shorts right now. Let's take a look at our shorts. So these are our longs. The RSI on the longs was climbing, right? RSI on the shorts has been just dying off. Right, and I tell everybody, guys, didn't I say this, right? Didn't I say this before, right? When the longs are oversold, right, the price dumps, right? So here we were, I drew this yellow line, right? Right? And I said, hey, you know, look, the shorts dumped off, right? And then same thing has happened here. Look at this the longs. Longs dumped off, longs dumped off, and as soon as the longs started going up here, right? The price started dropping. So it's kind of an inverse effect. Now, a little bit different, here's that head and shoulders pattern we put in back here, but we're on the bearish side right now. And I tell everybody, don't be afraid up here, be afraid in the middle. So we're, just kind of just some more bearish indicators, right? We are nowhere near a short squeeze. I swear to God, I swear to you, if someone says that we're in a short squeeze on Twitter and watch out, those shorts are high, immediately unfollow them because they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. You need to immediately hit the unfollow button. Anybody says that, oh my God, shorts are so high. Look at how long the longs were high. Never do you hear the longs saying, oh my God, there's going to be a long squeeze. There's never a long squeeze, right? On bullish Twitter, right? On bullish Twitter. There's never a long squeeze problem. It's always a short squeeze problem, right? Same thing. Checked it, came down. Let's take a look at our MACD. MACD broke. MACD did break south. Histogram broke south. Our Stoch, let's take a look at our Stoch. So this is our 12-hour. Stoch is bouncing along the bottom here, bearish, right? This is telling us, be careful. Be careful in a long right here. I mean, in a short, be careful. This baby needs to bounce, right? That's what this chart's telling me. I mean, this baby's really deep right here. Really deep. I mean, we are putting in some insanely deep Stoch movements over here. So, I mean, some really, really deep ones. I'd just be very, very careful in a short, right? You need to be careful in a short here because now you can get just more choppiness, like, look, look, this is the worst thing to happen. This is super dangerous. You just get down here and just move sideways like that because that's very bearish capitulation on the Stoch, right? You want to see more like this choppiness, right? You want to see a little bit more of this choppiness right here, and that we're just not getting the choppiness. I mean, this was not choppy for sure. Let's take a look at the weekly and the monthly. Yeah, bearish, monthly, bearish. And this is kind of good. I mean, our monthly on the Stoch is getting down there. We're finally getting down there, which is good, right? Our monthly on the Stoch is looking for a bottom. We completely broke bearish on our monthly RSI. Now, when this month closes in just 2 days, right? When we close in 2 days, right? This is going to be a new low and with a broken support level here for the RSI, okay? This is our weekly over here. And this is my target. This is my channel I've had this channel over here for quite a while. And there's that big bearish channel. So look, there was the trend line for that channel. We did break south of that. I will adjust this. I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm actually going to do, right? I'm going to do this. There we go. I think that's fair, right? So, I'm going to write, this is the support for the weekly RSI for the bulls, right? Now, a lot of things telling us that this could hold, right? We're oversold on a bunch of things, so let's see how well this plays out, right? If you were not in a short, I don't know if I'd exactly, be like me personally. If I wasn't already in a short, I don't know if I would have been, right? I don't know if I'd be looking to load up. I'm not looking to load up another short. I would like to see this baby bounce, right? I would like to see this baby bounce first is what I'm going to be looking for. And then there's that. Perfect. Right? Or break this. You break this. This could be very, very bearish. Right? Break that and it's bearish. Look what happened last time. Right? We were up here. So this chart got created when I was way up here. Came down, bounced off, bounced up, bounced down. right? Now it's trying to test that, right? So this is our trend lines. This is just giving us another trend line just on a higher time frame. That's all good. That's all looks good. Oh, here's our TD9s, right? So this is what I talked about, guys. This is exactly what I said. Now, here's the difference. This is on Binance. I got to go over and put this on, let me go over, I want to do this. I want to go over, sorry, I apologize. Let me add this, TD sequential. Take this up to the 12 hour. Nope. All right, so you do have this TD9 on the 6 hour over here. So you do have it on the 6 hour over here on Coinbase. Let me add it here too. All right, let me check this 12 hour. Yeah, see, look, so they are different. Look at how different these are. Right, so the USDTs are on bleeding nines. Well, this is actually a bouncing 9, but this is a perfected 9. This is a bouncing 9. So this is a bearish 9. This is a bullish 9. So there is a difference right here. So we do have a clear difference. And let me add this last one over here. Oh man, Bitstamp is nowhere near. Oh my God, look at how horrible this is. All right, TD varies by exchange. Okay, USD equals bearish. Affected 9. USDT on Binance and Phoenix equals perfected red 9s that are bullish, right? Okay, so look, this is bullish. This is a perfected 9. This is bearish. This is an imperfected 9. This is a rising wedge looking to fall out again. This is a, this right here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Dang it. There we go. Oh, sorry. Damn it. Damn it. Oops. USD is a red 5. All right, so USD is not in any jeopardy of falling out except for on the 6 hour, right? So only on your 6 hour do you have this imperfected rising 9, and let me edit this, just put that on the 6 hour. Okay, got it. So we're good there. Okay, this is bearish. This is not. This is bullish right here, right? So this is, I'm sorry, this is bearish. This is bullish. This is bearish. All right, so that just makes it so much easier to trade crypto right now because, you know, this is so much fun. All right, and there's Binance, TD sequential. Guys, you know how I feel about my 6s. So look, we did put in a red 6, 9, you know, nothing. This doesn't help me here actually. And USDT, last thing, nothing, just blah, right? Just blah. Let's go over a couple of the alts. Let me drag my alt chart over here. I'll run through my alts real quick. Raven. Now, here's what worries me about Raven. When I look at this Raven chart, I see a clear double top, right? This, to me, says bear, right? This double top right here is what has me a little bit worried. So I don't like this double top right here. I mean, that's just like a very, very clear double top. Now, this did what I said it was going to do, right? Bounce, it was either going to go bounce and then bounce up to here, and we got the double top. So this is very scary, right? So I'm going to actually just put this. Man, and I would say breaking this area for me is very dangerous, right? So I am holding a bag of this, right? So I am holding a bag of this. Okay, so let me go to my members. Come on. All right, there's that. Okay, doggy. And XRP. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at that. All right, so let's go take a look at XRP, everybody, okay? So I liked XRP because, listen, I like XRP simply because of the Coinbase. We know it's going to get listed on Coinbase, okay? Now, it's killing me here. It's killing me, right? I'm dying slowly inside a little bit at a time, right? Because I am looking for this to bounce personally, right? I have a bag of it. I want this baby to bounce, okay? Where is my chart on what my thoughts are for my trade? All right, there it is. Okay, so this is, look, so there is my thing. Now I added in here that 44 line. Where did I add that 44 line at? It's ETH. Bearish ETH. All right, so these are all my trades. So these are all my trades. ETH, short, BCH, short. The only long I had is Raven, and I have Raven and XRP, right? So I picked up a bag. This is a long time ago, October 24th. God, that seems like a long time ago. It's not that long, really, right? But these are my personal trades, right? I've always been short on BTC. I've been sitting as short forever. I just posted that on my Twitter. ETH just looks like, right? And then BTC, right? Same thing. So I had both of those. Just taking a dump, right? But I want to find my, where is my updated, look at Peak. Peak is just a beast. Peak is crazy, man. Oh, look at my Raven. Look at that. Look at this. Just, gotta love that. Perfect. Here we are. Nope, hadn't added it. Didn't add. When did I add that? All right, when did I add that damn thing? There it is. That's where I added it. So I added in the set. That's why I added it. Got it. I added it because the 50 MA right there. So you see that 50 MA, right? Can you see the 50 MA come up right there? That's why I added that line. That's where this came from. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that 50 MA? What, it must be in the 12 hour? Nope, daily? That's where it was. That's why I added that on there. So I had 44 as my target to dump out of my trade. I got to go over and look on Binance, see if I'm still in this thing. I'm going to be pissed if I got snapped out of this thing. So I'm trading this on Binance. I'm going to have to go and look and see if I got whacked out of this trade. I'm going to be really pissed off if I got snapped out of that. Right? Guys, I don't like this. I don't like this double top. I am personally, this says to me, bear, anytime you get a double top that's kind of this perfect, right? This is very tough. Now, you kind of getting a double bottom here, right? Well, we got a double bottom here, but it's got to hold, right? So I would watch breaking this. So for me personally, I'm going to be really watching for this area to get broken. For me, at least, for me to stay in this trade. So my stop losses for me are going to be right here in the 6K range. Remember, I got in this deep, 305. So I'm in this deep 305. But yeah, so for Raven, I'm going to move my stop loss up for Raven, right? So my stop loss is going to be at 600 sats. So that's where I'm putting my stop loss is going to be right here at 600 sats, right? All right, so I'm going to be right under here because I you know, this A, you know, it's just this wick right here. I don't like that. No bueno. Okay, so listen, I called for this to fall back, right? I called for this to fall back to 44. So here's my old charts. I'm still playing this, right? So my stop loss is at 42, so I should be in this trade still. TRX, let's take a look at TRX. Fell out of the wedge. So this wedge was a heavily supported wedge line that's really done a good job of holding. So it's held here on this far dump, right? Held here again, bopped out, held again, bopped out, and then it finally broke, right? Now you know this has got to break this. It still hasn't broken this 350 range, right? So this tested the wedge, but this hasn't broken that 350 wedge. You haven't closed below it, right? You close right on it. So you've closed right. All right, let's zoom in here. Right, I'm going to scoot this over. Right, you literally closed at 350. Right, is this red candle closed at 350. You did open a little lower. Looks like it went down and then went up, but you have not opened a candle lower than that. So I would just keep an eye on this. This is a critical level. This yellow level right here has got to break this, right? You got the 236 and the 50 right here. Now you do it. There's my lower side targets, and this is so my TRX still hasn't closed low enough for me. Okay, so there's that. ETH. So I did miss here. Now, you know, there was my first target. It did overshoot it, right? So we definitely overshot that target. We fell back into this much larger, you know, this little bigger wedge play right here. So we've fallen back into that larger wedge. Now what I'd have to do is I'd have to start adjusting my trend lines here. So I'm going to do this for ETH. I don't know if I want to play that big wick up there, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of play that. I like that a lot better. See how I get that? I get that. So I like this for my wedge line now on ETH. Whoosh. Yeah, that starts to get really ugly right there because now you've lost your lower trend line. So your lower trend line, you've lost the lower trend line. I have lost All right, so I lost the lower trend line here of ETH. So that puts us into now just really relying on historical support. Right? So there's my lower targets right there. Yeah, like I said, we're back inside this channel, right? I think this is, so I'm going to flip this. This should be 1. So there was my first target, bounced up, checked in there, and then checked back, stayed in the range, stayed in the pocket, and then had fallen down. So this would be target. So what I want to do is I'd want to go and actually test the lower wedge. So, oops. So, I mean, this would be my, so I am looking for this to test the lower side of this wedge. right? That's what I'm looking for. I want to see this come down, test the lower side of this wedge, and then give us a bounce, right? All right, so this doesn't have the luxury now of that other trend line unless I go ahead and get really interesting and, kind of do something like that right there. Okay. Litecoin, big dumpy, always leads the way. Bleeding 9 on the daily. Now, once again, this is Phoenix. I bet bottom dollar. If I looked at different exchanges, we would have much different counts, so that doesn't help me. ZRX. Boy, that getting listed on Coinbase was great for it. Breaking the 7,900 is bad, right? This is very bad, especially if you're trying to count this as a one wave. Wave 1, 2. See, this was kind of trying to be counted as a wave 3 right here, right? But would this be 1, 2, wave 1 of 3? Wave 3, wave 4. See, this wave 4 would have broken the wave 1 of wave 3. So I don't like this. Right? I don't like this ZRX. This is more bearish to me, looking like it's in this larger ABCDE pattern here. Okay, not this CDE, but looks like this CDE. Sia coin killing me. I like this coin. I don't have any of it. Was looking for this to get a little more bullish. BCH, just, this is my short for me. I shorted this here, right? There's my first target. There's my second target. Absolute, just perfecto. I mean, just absolutely perfect. My personal BH. All right. All right, so just absolute perfect, right? So here's my larger range chart. This is my hourly. So this is my hourly chart. So this is where I said, hey, this is where I was shorting this 68.80. And, you guys go back, you go to my alts, you go all the way up to my alts. That's my very first, my personal, because I can't give financial advice to you people, right? Not giving financial advice to people. Where's it at? Where is my BCH? Nope. Yeah, that's my alts. There it is right here. This BCH was really, so 68.85, and then my targets, right? So the dollar value I was looking for is 430 on the low side, right? 430, and then you see there's my 434. So, right, and target 2 of the trend line. So then target 2 if trend line breaks at 434, right? Target 1's 446, then target 2 if trend line breaks at 433, and then bump, and then snap, perfect, and another one in the bag. Just too easy. Trading is just too damn easy now. Boy, listen, I do not trade stocks. I do not trade any stocks at all, but I would just like to say this is my analysis on the economy as a whole, right? And it's funny how I can be better than guys who've got 25, 30 years more experience than I do, right? That's just pretty crazy. I mean, calling this like an absolute beast. Still looking for listen, I am not bearish on the economy at all. I really think the economy is bullish, right? I think the economy is bullish. I'm not a bear on the stock market. This is a correction. I still think this is just a correction, okay? Yeah, let's get that out of there and scoot that over there. All right, awesome. Red Phoenix. You know, I've heard about this Phoenix thing, but I don't know. I haven't looked into Phoenix. A lot of people have talked about Phoenix. Yeah, so listen, I see this as a rising wedge. I see this as just looking for a bounce up, and then I'm just looking for one more test. Listen, I am not excited. I mean, I saw the fall happen today. I really did. I saw the fall happen, and I was not. I didn't. That's it. The Bears are winning. It isn't that kind of a fall. We don't have that kind of velocity. We don't have that kind of selling pressure, right? We just don't until we break out of one of these damn trend lines, right? I mean, this is it. This, you guys, we have to break out of these trend lines. Until these trend lines get broken, I mean, you're trading in a range, and that's it, and I know a lot of bears got excited, and I know a lot of bulls took it in the shorts today, right? A lot of people kind of really ate it today. I mean, I know a lot of really good TA people that took some pretty good beatings today. But listen, it's just you got to be very, very careful until we break truly bearish or truly bullish. We're just going to kind of bounce around in this range. Swanee says, Vamp, how come you are trading spot on Binance versus XRP on MEX on margin? Do you feel like XRP will go against the crypto trend? Because yes, listen, the only reason I have a bag of XRP personally is because XRP will at some point get listed on Coinbase, and I feel that, right? I feel that's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be we're going to get an XRP call. The phone is going to get picked up, the tweet's going to get sent out, the memo's going to get delivered, someone's going to sign something, and they're all going to say, and all the XRP people are just going to go freaking nuts, just nuts. And listen, there's a lot of them, and they're all sitting on the sidelines, and those people have a lot of money on the sidelines too. I know they're hardcore holders, but they're also pretty good traders. And I know that they're sitting there and they're just waiting for that announcement to come. And as soon as that announcement gets dropped, they're going to, they're just going to go nuts. And they're going to just be like, I think we're going to get a nice pump. Now, I think it's going to end up just like XRP and ETC? Yeah, I think it's going to do the same thing. You're going to get that nice velocity pump out of it. You just better, hold on, ladder out of the trade like I'm going to do. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to be laddering out of the trade as it gets pumped. Now, if it dies, it dies, and I took a good chance on it, right? Do you think, Doji says, do you think it will do better than BCH Coinbase listing? I think XRP has way more presence on social media. I think they're really out there in the news. I think they have a true team. I think it will have a pretty good pump. I don't know, I don't have much of. I don't think it'll, listen, I think in the last couple of pumps we've had are pretty much a 40% on average, right? They both pumped 40%, 40 to 50% for XRP and ETC. We went over that a couple videos ago. So I'm expecting just the same. I'm expecting to see that 40 to 50% pump. And and I'll be watching that level too. Like if they get the announcement, if it happens, that 50% level is what I'm looking for, right? So if you want to, all you got to do is kind of take your XRP chart right here, right, and say, all right, if we did pump from here, you go over here and you get your price range, right? Let's say we just took off from right here. Where would 50% be? Right? So pretty much there. It's pretty much a double, not a double top, but something right up in here is what I would expect. So this is what I'm looking for. That's historically played out, right? So historically, so we'll put that in there. Historically, when CB lists a token, it gets a 40-ish to 50-ish % pump, right? So this is what I'll be looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna have huge sad face. All right, I have huge sad face, and I have a huge, I'm writing this in the members area, right? This is the members. I have a huge sad face that CB has not said shit. Oh. Right, I need my tear crying emoji. Where's my tear crying emoji? I think, is that it? There it is. There we are. All right, so there it is. That's exactly. I don't know if, I just don't know if Coinbase thinks they're going to get in trouble again or called out. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on here with Coinbase, but you know, Coinbase gives us that little nod. This is my, there's my 40% little pump, and then I'll just be liquidating whatever I have. All right, everybody. Thank you guys all so much, man. I really enjoy. Aswani, last question. Any thoughts on BT testing the 30 MA and the 4-hour turbo herb for? Listen, I think my thought is that we needed the bounce, right? We needed the bounce. We're getting the bounce. Okay, our Stokes are definitely low. Right, our Stoke is low on a lot of these charts, right? And I should, let's add this, right? So add the Stoke here. Right, so there's our Stoke chart. I mean, it's got room. So we got plenty of room, but let's take a look at it on Binance, right? So we'll add it on Binance. Ooh, see how deep that is over there on Binance? I mean, that's really deep. Now, just because you're that deep, just that's all it does. It's just skipping. So see that action? That's just skipping action at the bottom. This is more bearish than this is. This is much more bearish. This skipping sideways action is more bearish. This bouncing action is not as bearish. Okay, then we'll check Bitstamp. All right, so we got all the 12 hours up there listed. Now let's go over and I'm going to take a look at the 3 days. All right, let's take a look at the 3 days. See, this has got, this rolled over bearish on the 3-day. Right, and now you're still in this bearish candle here. Okay, so there's your 3 days. So your Binance is deep. Your Coinbase has got a long way to go, and so does your Bitstamp, right? So these two are extremely bearish, just rolled over, and got a long way to go. And this, to me, you know, I look at this and I say, getting from here to here is pretty darn easy. I mean, I bet if I go over to my 2-day, same thing, my daily. Yeah, easy to get to this trend line. I mean, this daily says, hey, let's get down, let's poke the trend line, let's bounce off it like an E wave, and that'll give us a nice bounce up, and then we'll finally get that fall down. Right? So, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, those are all really good. You know, especially except this damn thing. And look, you're just volume dying. Right, so we'll get this out of here. All right, that's all I got for today, everybody. Thank you guys all. Please, I'm trying to learn how to spot bullish divergence. VET, you know what? I don't Let me see if I have a chart for BVT. Let me see real quick here. I do. I have a chart. And I had a call. Okay, so this is how I looked at VET, right? Ooh, see, look at the stoke on VET. Now this is the daily. This baby's deep, right? Look at this. Bounced right off that lower trend line. Look at the money on this trend line. Like there was nothing here before. Look at this. Look at this. Let's see here. Hold on. Was there? Yep, kind of. So listen, this is, you came down, you tested this trend line right here. You just couldn't close below it, right? So now what you have to do is you just kind of got to stretch that trend line out. Okay, now I looked at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down here. So I'm looking at this as more bearish. So there's my top trend line. Now you can also put on a pretty good ABC on this. ABCDE here. A, B, no. A, B. See, this is where this gets tough. This is a real tough one. A, B. No. A. See, I can't count this. I can't count this right here. I can't count this as an A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, maybe D, E, right? A, no, see, I just can't count this right here. A, B, C, D, E. I mean, maybe something like that. That's hard. I can only count this as a 5-wave down. I get a good 6 ABC up. I have a very hard time counting this as a 5-wave down, right? And this is broken. This, I would this trend line back here, right? Look, 1 touch, 2 touch, fell out. To me, this looks bearish to me. So I'm more bearish right now on this. Like just looking at this, I'm definitely more bearish. Right? I'm definitely more bearish here. All right, and yeah, so look, get a bounce. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this. I just don't like this. I don't like that you broke to the south side of this channel right here. Okay, so now look, you're just using this channel as now turned into resistance above you. Okay, and I'll save that. Okay, and thank you all so much. Ripped Hippie, dude, I love your name. It's hilarious. All right, thank you guys all so much. Dude, Brazilian stocks. Oh, God, yeah, no way. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they just had the presidential elections. Dude, did their stock market just take off like crazy? That's nuts. I bet their stock market went nuts. Why I see, dude, Coinbase just, I don't know. I think Coinbase just doesn't want to get in some kind of legal trouble, maybe. Maybe they want to get legal trouble and they got some more paperwork they got to sign, dot some I's, cross some T's, get some stuff figured out. Okay, but for now, everyone, just please trade safe. We are still trading in a range. Don't get all excited. Don't get all short happy or long happy or bull happy or bear happy, right? We're just bouncing around. So we are revamping a bunch of stuff on the website. So here I can show you guys some of the changes we've made. Let me see here. So this is the vamp area right here. So listen, we just added today the world economy, which look, I haven't even posted in. This is brand new to the channel, the world economy. So I'm just going to kind of just do a little update on how I see the economy playing out. I'm doing a bunch of really good. I got the vamp training ground. You can see this is all brand new. So, so listen, I'm I'm adding this new Vamp training ground. All of my training stuff will go in here. I've got all these amazing videos, and and just to kind of make sure we're consolidating everything for everybody. And so we've added a couple new categories. We're doing some other things with the channel. So they're just getting the channel. There's a lot of things going on. Listen, there's a lot of things going on. We're just trying to make the channel better. We're trying to redo the website. I want to change the name. I want to change the name of until1mil.com. I want to make it more professional. I want to focus more on teaching people to trade. Listen, the guys in here do an amazing job making calls. My focus is to teach you guys to make your own damn calls so you don't need me, right? That's the goal. The goal is you guys should all be making all of your calls. That's why I do this. Listen, I'm the only one that goes out and shows you, look, here and this is the indicator and these are my settings and this is what I'm trying to do, and I want to show you guys everything, right? Because this makes all of you better traders, because you're going to go out and get the CMF now, and you're going to go out and make a bubble chart, right? And you're going to go out and create these same things that I have, and you're going to be an amazing trader, and then I can just follow your calls, right? That's my evil plan. We're possibly looking at, we're getting a couple things dialed in right now to open the channel back up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Listen, the channel's it just has been growing too fast, right? Too fast. So I did get rid of the one-on-ones. Guys. I'm not going to do one-on-ones anymore. It's too much for me. I mean, I'm trying to have a life and teach, and I want to really focus on making the videos. I love doing TA. It's just so hard to talk to everybody for 2 hours, and it's really difficult for me to kind of grind all that together. There's like 200 Vamp members, way more than I ever expected. So we have like almost 200 Vamp members, and I think we hit 200 and closed it. We did get rid of the bear package. It's just not worth it. That's just we feel the people who come in for the bear package, we feel that they're just, hey, they want a signals channel, and we're just not a signals channel. So we'd rather them, the idea is we want to build a community to where everybody's participating and everybody's trading, and there's 2,000 alts out there. We have 10 traders in the channel. We can't follow everything. We can't do the ICOs and all the stuff we want to do. We've wanted to do with the channel. We feel we've been, a lot of the stuff we originally wanted to do with the channel has all been left behind. Like, we want to go out and find good ICOs and buy into good ICOs. That's what I want to do, right? I think that's where the really good money is, finding good projects and getting on board with them now. So, for the future, I think more projects are getting launched now that are successful, have a chance to be successful, and have been launched in the past. So that's kind of the stuff that I would like to step back and focus on. I mean, God, we get called all the time. Dude, I can't even tell you, I get called by exchanges and, tokens and channels, and everybody wants help. And there's a lot of things I want to do, but it's really tough, guys. It's tough to juggle all the time. We're just trying to make it better, right? Trying to make it better. We want to make the channel better. And listen, we have like one of the biggest channels in all of crypto right now, and it just boomed. And, we have to, there's a lot of interest in it. A lot of people are interested in our channel, and we're just trying to make it better. And so we'll have good stuff coming, and hopefully we'll make it a lot more professional for everybody, right? Listen, listen. The Stoke is deep. Look at Binance is deep, But let's watch out. Let's just watch this as this baby gets traded over the next. I'm gonna pull these all back to 12 hours. Pull all these back to 12 hours, and then we can just kind of keep an eye. Like I said, I said there's going to be a bounce. Look at my Twitter. I told everybody, don't get excited. right? And I'll throw this on here. And there it is right there. All right, and there it is. Okay, so there we go. Oh, ouch. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Burb has some awesome calls. Listen, if you guys are interested, and you are legitimately wanting to learn, just DM me. I mean, I'll talk to Until. I mean, we could open up the channel for maybe a couple people, but yeah, that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for the vamp and all of us at Until 1 Mil. It has been absolutely an amazing, amazing day finally to see the little bit of movement here, right? Thank God. I was about to take a nap for about a week or a month and come back. I was like getting big sad face. So I want to say thank you guys all so much for being here, man. Really appreciate it every single day. My last thing I just like to throw out there, don't get excited. Wait for this to make up its damn mind. All right, before you go crazy, don't throw bulls under the bus. I know that, I know people want to get out there and start bashing the bulls, but don't do it. Let's just wait until a decision has been made, a direction has been picked, and then we'll all just take that next step and that next trade, and we'll all learn together and grow together. For the Vamp, I am out.